Hello, welcome to the James Cooley Show. It's your life. I'm your host, Dr. James J.C. Cooley, and wow, we got an extremely exciting show coming your way today. So I'm telling everybody right now, this minute, grab you about 8, 9 bags of popcorn. We're gonna be talking about a lot of things, instilling knowledge. We're gonna talk about this wonderful program that my friend founded and doing some absolutely great things. And you're going to meet a lot of people that make things happen. So I tell you what, Michelle, I'm excited about this show. I'm excited.
I'm excited too. This woman, she's amazing. She is really amazing. She's a dynamo. She's like the Energizer Bunny. And I'm just so happy that, we got a chance to at least be part of her life and she's a part of ours. So, this is an hour show, but there's a lot to learn. And do you want to get started?
No, we're gonna get started. But one thing that I want to say that we just got picked up syndicated
Mhm.
um, Monday through Friday, Monday through Friday, every day, um, live, radio, television, everything. I am so stoked about being able to come on the air on all these platforms every day of the week. And I know you was excited last night, Michelle, about that. And one of our first guests that we're gonna have is gonna be Dr. Dureke. She don't know it yet, but she will find out about it real soon. But I did not want to put that out there like that. But yeah, I'm excited about getting started. Can you please introduce the title of the show, the purpose of the show, and introduce these great guests that's going to be on today?
Oh, most definitely. So the title of today's show is Rethinking the Workforce, Digital Displacement and Equity Through Generational Wealth with WETATi Academy. Wow. So we're having a sit-down discussion with Ambassador Dr. Margaret Dureke. She is the founder and executive director of WETATi Academy. Joanna Swank Chambers, the WETATi Academy Chief Operation Officer and WETATi Academy parent. Stephen Baker is a strategic school partner, College Park Academy Middle School principal, has been a school partner for the past 9 years and a known advocate for the Practical Entrepreneurship Education Program. Inga Adams, WETATi Academy board member and one of the 2024 Dureke Idea Pitch Competition coaches. Jimmy Jones, a WETATi Academy board member, a strategic business partner, Trust Bank, and one of the 2024 Dureke Idea Pitch Competition coaches. Dr. Alan Westcott, a WETATi Academy board member, or one of the 2024 Dureke Idea Pitch Competition coaches. Anthony Ramirez Chinchilla, WETATi Academy's 2022 Dureke Idea Pitch Competition Collegiate First Place winner, WETATi Academy intern since 2022, scholarship recipient for 2 years, and received a mentorship from Dr. Dureke. We're also going to discuss the WETATi Academy and Reese Carswell Scholarship and Awards Gala, the Dureke Idea Pitch Nationals Competition, and the Woman Empowered Seminar, and also generational wealth. Welcome, everybody.
Hold on, you forgot about Joanna. Come on now.
I mentioned Joanna.
No, I know, but it's so exciting to have all of you on board today, and I'm excited about WETATi Academy and all the great things that you're doing. My sister here, Dr. Dureke, I mean, you are a mover and a shaker. You make things happen. So we're gonna start off with you, Doc. Can you tell our viewers and our listeners about the WETATi Academy, how you birthed this, and some of the things that you're doing?
Yeah, thank you guys so much. First of all, I want to thank each and every one of the stakeholders that are part of this conversation today, because nobody does it by themselves. So I'm so grateful for each and every one of you for being here. In order not to belabor the point, I'm just going to keep it simple. So I have their mouthpiece to be part of this conversation. But what it is and what it has been was the reason for the foundation of this organization, so that our children don't just get a classroom education. Then when they get ready to go into the workforce, they know nothing, not soft skills. So I don't use the word as victim. Victimization is not my language because I fight through that. But if I were to use that word on myself, I would call myself a victim of dereliction of education, if that makes any sense. So I was one of those people. I went to Howard. I got my BA in 3 years with honors. I went on to American University, Washington College of Law, and I graduated in 89. Yeah, I'm dating myself. But guess what? I didn't know how to fold a piece of paper to form a box. And then through my little crude research, I was able to find out that I wasn't the only person. That part of the frustration the people who graduate from schools have is not knowing what to do, and that they don't know that they can create their own path by thinking differently, creating their own opportunity. That's really how this came about. I decided I was going to follow the call or the calling, which Mr. Baker would tell you sometimes I wasn't sure, but I had to stay true to what God has called me to do despite the challenges. But at the end of the day, look at the people here. They're the testament to why that calling was really answered. And I appreciate the opportunity.
Wow. You know, that is absolutely fantastic. We're gonna get off all into that, all of this other stuff. But right now, I want to start bringing the panel. I want to bring the principal, Mr. Stephen Baker, on, and for him to discuss some of the things that he's doing, some of the things that you're doing at his middle school. So, how you doing, Mr. Baker? How you doing today? Can you tell our viewers and listeners a little bit about you, some of the things that you're doing? What makes you click?
Sure, Dr. Cooley. Well, thank you for having me, and Dr. Dureke, as always, thank you for being such a champion for students and for children. So yeah, Dr. Cooley, I'm the middle school principal here at College Park Academy. We're a grade 6 to 12 academy here in Prince George's County, Maryland. We serve 681 students total. Each year, we have a little over 1,500 students on our wait list to get in, and we typically only get in about 120 to 130 students, just refilling that 6th grade level. And Dr. Dureke and I have been working together for a long time now. I actually met her husband, John. I was the assistant principal at a school and met John Dureke before meeting Dr. Dureke. But when I came to College Park Academy, I had an opportunity to meet Dr. Dureke, all the great work that she's doing. And really, since that moment, we've been a champion in helping her with her program. One of the first things I noticed when I met Dr. Dureke was her and I share a vision that all kids can learn, all kids can achieve, and all kids may take different paths to get to that achievement. And that has kept us joined at the hip. She always says, I am the brother from another mother. So, hey, that's how we do it. So, but Dr. Dureke and I, we've expanded that relationship. Even though I am not, responsible for the high school side of the building, we've given her opportunities. She actually works very, very closely with our business signature program here at College Park Academy. She works with our CPA Plus program, which is our before and after school programming. And so she is really involved in all of the fabric of our extracurricular program and then our curricular program too. It's a great complement to the great rigorous work we do here at College Park Academy in getting students college and career ready. She is a big part of the career, the entrepreneurship piece. So that's just a 30,000 foot view of our relationship and how we've evolved over the years.
So can you tell our viewers and listeners, okay, so you're the principal, what have you noticed about your students? I know you said you got 1,600. Did you notice an improvement immediately once Dr. Dureke team and you all start working with them? And did that be a confidence in a lot of the kids, especially at the middle school?
100%. Yeah. The students on the middle school side of the building, they have really gotten excited and involved over the years in the idea of pitch competition. And one of the things that we want to do with our students that doesn't happen every single day in the math classroom, in the language arts classroom, in the social studies classroom, in the science classroom, it's creating something on their own and then being able to speak intelligently about it to a large audience. And that's a skill that's a difficult skill to master and achieve and practice that. And that's really what Dr. Dureke has brought to the middle school students specifically. And then as they evolve, as they move through our program and go into these signature programs, like the business signature program, their ideas and their businesses just get bigger and bigger. And Dr. Dureke just builds upon the knowledge that they start at the 6th grade with, and then they continue into the high school. So the biggest thing I've seen is confidence in our students, students that are excited about what they're learning because they're deciding what their learning is going to be. Dr. Dureke gives them that opportunity that they make the decisions about what their business is going to look like. And then she is just guiding them and her coaches are guiding them along the way. So it's just been an amazing compliment to what we do here at College Park Academy. We're now ranked the #1 high school in Prince George's County.
Yes.
So, and Dr. Dureke should take a lot of credit in helping us get there too.
Wow, that is incredible. That's incredible, because I believe that we have to catch them early, instill what I call the 4 C's: create, collaborate, commit with confidence in them early, so that they will blossom, and so they will be able to draw things in, and they'll be confident that they are going to be our future leaders of tomorrow. So that's absolutely fantastic. Congratulations. Right now we're going to go to Mr. Jimmy Jones. How you doing, sir?
Hey, good afternoon. I'm doing great. How are y'all?
Doing absolutely fantastic. Jimmy, can you tell our viewers and listeners a little bit about you, what makes you click, and how you fit in with Dr. Dureke with WETATi Academy?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. So, I am here in the Washington, D.C. area. I work for Truist Bank, and I'm on the community development side of the bank. And really, I initially learned about WETATi through some of our charitable giving, but it was quickly apparent to me that there was a lot more about the organization that touched my heart, more so than the workplace. So that's how I became involved with WETATi, and I'm actually on the board, and I am a coach for the pitch competition that we're going to talk about in just a few minutes. But in terms of giving you some background about me and really why WETATi rings a special place in my heart, I am a military brat. I've lived all around the country. I was very fortunate. I had a great childhood. I've been exposed to a lot of different places, a lot of different people. I've lived in Texas for most of my life. Every 3 years or so, we make a return there. So that's my home state. But I also been in the DC area for a number of years. In addition to banking experience, I did work in the nonprofit world for a while, which showed me a whole, not only different side of life, but just a different side of business, and really where things started to come together for me, and why it ties into WETATi, is that despite having a really great childhood and, being exposed to a lot of different things, I still really didn't understand a whole lot around finance and wealth building, that generational wealth piece. And it's not any fault of my parents. They didn't understand it either, right? They were
Jim, hold that thought. Hold that thought. We got to take a station break. I want to come back because you mentioned the generational wealth piece. And we're going to pick it up right there. And I'll tell you what, whichever platform that you're watching this on, you want to be part of the conversation. All you got to do is go to the comments. Ask any question that you might have. With this panel, I'm sure we're going to get you an answer. It's your life. And we'll see you shortly after the break.
Really get a chance to know who you are. And once you know who you are, you truly know who you are, love who you are. Love who you are. You're a masterpiece. Love who you are. Love who you were born to be. Love me some me. That's what I'm talking about. When you leave high school, you gotta know today or tomorrow, or hopefully today, what your plans are. Hopefully, there is no bad decision unless there is no plan. Create, collaborate, commit with confidence. Commit with what? Commit with what? In everything that you do.
We live in a world today that people don't even care about how people see them. Don't realize that we can affect an entire generation and build our character. But you gotta do it with these 4 C's. Create, collaborate, then you commit with confidence. Create, collaborate, then you commit with confidence. It's the 4 C's. It's the 4 C's. you can be. You wanna grow real big into a strong tree. To be who you were created to be. The one who's gonna leave a legacy is you. But you got to have these 4 C's. Create, collaborate. Can you commit with confidence? Create, collaborate. Can you commit with confidence? It's the 4 C's. It's the 4 C's.
Hello, welcome back. I wasn't even on the screen. Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I tell you, Mr. Jones kind of hit a soft spot because we're talking generational wealth. We're talking about being able to instill what I call the 4 C's in our future leaders of tomorrow. That's going to help them blossom and give them the confidence, courage, commitment to move forward. So. Jimmy, I want to pick it back up with that. You mentioned generational wealth. Can you pick it up a little bit? Again?
Yes, absolutely. So like I was saying, I really didn't understand about generational wealth and really managing finances in general. So through this 20-year banking career that I have now, I've learned quite a bit, and the ability to share and reach out so that everyone else can learn that and become dangerous at a much earlier age and earning that money and setting up your family and your business and all of that good stuff. WETATi really is an avenue for that. And that's what I love about this program. If I knew, 20 years ago what I know now, man, I wouldn't be here right now. I'd be calling in from some island somewhere, or maybe flying everybody on a jet to my spot to do this show. But yeah, so that's really what I love about WETATi. It's giving the information, the tools, and the skills to put it together and present it to the world at a young age. And these are not a bunch of rich kids that we're talking about. These are the families and kids that probably need it the most. So it's awesome to be a part of this. Absolutely awesome.
How when you see these kids and that you contributed to what they're doing, some of them are probably grown now. How does that feel? What type of enjoyment do that bring you?
Wow. It's one thing to know that you have done something for yourself and you get that sense of accomplishment, but when you see it in someone else and they are thriving, not only as well as you, but some of them past you, and you can step back and say, wow, I was a part of that. There's no other feeling. I mean, other than having children and seeing your children do that, I don't think there's anything you can compare to that. It's a wonderful feeling. And it's amazing to see them grow and to see them come back and give back as well and teach that next generation. You can't feel any better about it than that.
Wow. Hey, Dr. Dureke, I think this question is geared towards you. We got Andrea. How can you?
I would say if she can share her contact privately so that we can give her much needed information. You know what I mean? Is that Andrea? Is there a way she can share that information so that we can answer that question more constructively to the best of what she would need from us, right? But I thank you for the question. And that's the thing, how do I get my kid involved? If you're local, you can do local. We're also virtual. The important thing is that we can help your kid, even if you live on top of the tree or all the way to far remote villages of anywhere in the world. It can be done, and we have the tool. So just find a way to reach us. You can email us, info@WETATiacademy.com, or Joanna can give any other way. That way we can help you outside of this forum if you want to.
Speaking of Joanna, how you doing, Joanna? How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing just fine. Can you tell our viewers and listeners a little bit about you? What's your role in WETATi Academy, and or what made you click?
Okay, well, I work I have multiple hats, but two specific ones are I'm a parent who are for Karen and Christopher Chambers, who are part of WETATi Academy. They're ambassadors. And also, I am the chief operating officer for WETATi Academy. So I will talk about like how I started with WETATi Academy. It was thanks to Mr. Baker. Mr. Baker sent an email during the pandemic, and then I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to do? Because my kids just lost their father that the 2019. So like, I was like, I need to get them busy. So then Mr. Baker sent out a mass email to everyone. Oh, WETATi is having a program. And I was like, okay, Karen, you're going to learn financial literacy and everything. So I signed her up. The first session, my mom and I were like sneaking in the couch, listening to Dr. Dureke speak with the other instructors. And I was like, I didn't know this about how to save the 2030. And like, I was like, okay, this is great. And so she enjoyed it. She really loved it. So we keep on going and going until like the last portion of it. There was like the idea pitch competition. So Karen didn't really tell me much about it. I hear a little bit when I've been running back and forth in the basement when she started doing the sessions. And Dr. Dureke gave me a call. It's like, oh, can I speak to Karen's mom? I was like, yes, this is she. How might I help you? And she said, oh, she introduced herself, and then like how Karen had an idea for a competition. I was like, well, she didn't tell me anything much. So I told her my story about like we were in Fort Wainwright. We moved after Ken passed away. That I haven't been doing anything for a whole year, but so I'm trying to figure out myself and then just focus on kids. And Mr. Baker and Dr. Dureke, they're like great support in school and outside of school. So then my kids actually participated in the 2021 competition, and they didn't expect it. My son, he was only in 5th grade, but Karen dragged him with her, and they won 2nd place for Next Gen. So their business was based on their father's death, to help other students or youths around them to actually like how to cope through coding, through arts and crafts. So it's amazing. So that's my hat as a parent, like how amazing that what WETATi Academy has done for my kids, and with the support of Mr. Baker, like showing all, like being an advocate, telling all the parents that WETATi is here and we're here to stay, kind of thing. For me as a COO for WETATi Academy, I do a lot of great things. I expand. Dr. Dureke taught me so many things I never thought. Like the first thing I told her is like, one of my weaknesses is I can't write. With her guidance, like I grew. So it's not just the kids, but it's also us as an adults. We learning from her as well. I'm also a facilitator instructor for these students. We started doing this year 4th and 5th graders, and they're amazing. Teaching them is like going through their competition slide decks. It's amazing of what these 9 and 10-year-olds can accomplish. And they're actually participating this Saturday. And then my daughter's actually participating because of WETATi Academy being a partnership with College Park Academy, because she's in the signature program. So there's a lot. I'm everywhere. With Dr. Dureke, she takes me wherever she goes, I go. And we see the growth. I love working with the partners that we have. Jimmy Jones, he's awesome. He's actually my daughter's coach. She kept begging me. It's like, I need Mr. Jimmy Jones. So we have these great coaches. So like Dr. Alan Westcott, Inga Adams, I'm working one-on-one with these coaches, the coaches and the students. So I kind of coordinate everything. So I have kind of coordinate the program to make everything run smoothly. And then with Anthony, he helps me. He's one of our interns for WETATi Academy. He helps me with the slide decks. He helps me do outreach. Like everyone is like have a network of helping each other. So I'm kind of the key. Like I guess what Dr. you call me, the marshal. I have got a lot of names, and I just oversee everyone and to make all the kids or the youth that we work with accomplish many things so they could achieve the impossible.
Wow. You are wearing about 15 different hats. and just chatting with you back and forth. And I know that you keeping everything in order, in line. You guys keep mentioning something about competition. Dr. Dureke, we got about two and a half minutes before the break. What is this competition that we're talking about?
Thank you so much. First of all, I just want you to know, by listening to these folks here, you can tell that it takes not just a village, it takes the whole family, the whole world. And if everybody helps, nothing is too difficult to accomplish. We do not believe in our community, on the WETATi tribe, that any child is useless. Give us the useless child that you call, we will turn them into God's glory. So I want to tell you, these people are the people that make it happen. So we came up with the idea, when we first started, like 12 years ago, we just wanted to do the regular. But we realized with our practical is another classroom. There's a lot of great classroom already there. We're not failing our children because they don't have the classroom. As much as we need more students for people to go to classroom, we want to be the bridge that is juxtaposing classroom and practical. So as these students get into the world, we're training two mindsets. Those that are going to be employed gainfully, I'm not talking about every week you fire and then you go over here, and those who will create. Because if everybody is looking for a job, who are going to be the creators? And the amazing thing is, and I'm not trying to be a racist or nothing, most Black kids, they're so brilliant and naturally innovative because a lack can become the caterpillar or the catalyst to creativity. And I think that's why most Black kids or people tend to, because when you give us nothing, we'll make something from nothing. And we know for a fact that these children have what it takes. So we wanted to make sure that the practical aspect, from financial literacy to workforce, these kids, they will send an email, they say, hey, I say, I know your mama, don't hate me. Hello, Dr. Dureke. We teach them the thing that nobody teaches them at home, or they don't even know to teach them. So I'm saying to you, June 20, the 8th, this weekend, these students that we have taught a few things about how to take an idea, because every single business was once somebody's little idea. Take an idea, turn it into something. And then we don't do business plan because people do business plan without understanding the idea. We perfect the idea, they will go into that. So now they're doing this competition before the stakeholders, their friends, their mom, their papa. If you know the generation of people that are going to be here on the 8th, and I can't wait for you to bring your show here on the 14th at the beautiful University of Maryland, who has been an amazing partner with the Brew Cultural Center. These children, there's two kids called Eisen and Victor. When you meet them, you're going to be there. I don't know where you're going to be. Join us. If you see the idea, this elementary school kids, when we compare them to the high school students, they don't know nothing. So we're here to opine that it is not the age that one is being, but what you infused into that child as they're growing up. We have elementary school kids who know more than the ones in the high school. So we are onto something. We need your partnerships. Your mama, bring your money. Let's do this. Bring your expertise. Volunteer. Most people are stuck on themselves. If you're not volunteering for a cause greater than yourself, your life is miserable. Please don't get offended because I don't know you. I'm just saying categorically what it is, what I discovered.
You know, that's incredible. I can't wait. I can't wait to get there. Michelle and I are looking forward to.
You're receiving your award. You and your beautiful wife. We're going to celebrate you. Forget Hollywood. We got WETATi Wood red carpet. That's what we got. Come on down. We're
going to celebrate. But you know, we got to take a station break.
Okay.
I see all the comments coming in. There's a lot of comments coming in. I promise you, I see it and I get them up there. And if you want to be part of that conversation, regardless which platform you're watching this on, whether it's E360 Television, Transfer TV, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. If you want to be part of the conversation, all you have to do is just go to the comments section, ask any question that you might have. I promise you, we'll get you an answer. It's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break. Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I tell you, Dr. Dureke, you know,
Yes,
when she gets started, you can't slow her down. I mean, she excited about what she's doing, and she has a team that is excited because they're doing great things. They are changing the world. They are teaching generational wealth, generational understanding, because our youth are going to be our future leaders of tomorrow. And we all, just like she said, it takes a whole village just for one kid. And we have to continue to build that village, and everybody have to step up and do their job in order to make things happen. So, my sister, I am so happy about all the things that you are doing. And wow, I don't even know what to say. But I am going to say one thing. We're going to bring on Dr. Allen Westcott. How you doing, sir?
How you doing? Glad to be here.
Hey, Doc, can you tell our viewers and our listeners a little bit about what you do and how you tie in with WETATi? And I've heard some great things about you, so you got it, sir.
Oh, my pleasure, my pleasure. So I'm currently I work for the government. I'm an IT specialist at the United States Mint, and I'm a project manager. So once a year, I'm part of this organization, PMI, and we do a project management. It's a day of service where we give pro bono work to nonprofits. And I met Dr. Dureke. I worked at her organization for this one day, and I did it before too. We did some successful work just for a gala, I think, this year. And yeah, she asked me to come work with them a little more. So I do a lot of data. I work a lot of data in my career field. I was very fortunate in my entire just where I am now. So I love the idea of giving back and the service. I love what she's doing. The big thing about it is giving back, starting small when they're young, because I teach a lot of PhDs how to compute in the cloud and things like that. But really, as Americans, we're behind in IT. There's a deficit there. And in our communities, there's even a greater deficit. So the idea that Dr. Dureke has to start young to maybe, pass on some of these STEM skills for these kids and just, a lot of skill sets that are transferable easily young. They could see the possibilities, and they are the future generation. So I love what they're doing. It's great to give back, and I look forward to working, more with some other projects.
Yeah. You mentioned IT. That I specialize in that, and PMI, Project Management Institution, yes, PMP, all of that, and ITC, SSP. You're doing some great things, brother, and those skills, and you're teaching PhDs for them to be able to relate some of that knowledge down to our youth and our young adults, and all of us make the world better.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
I've seen a lot of inequity, traveling around. I had the opportunity to travel the country. I retired from the Navy in 2017 as an ATC. I was a chief there working on airplanes. So various fields. And from them, I went to NASA. I had the opportunity to work at NASA for a few years. And everywhere I worked, I just saw an inequity, which is, I'm very fortunate, but I noticed an inequity, in our communities. And we just need more of our community to get these skill sets. It can be done, and there's opportunity out there to be had. So we need to. I love being part of that. Bridging that divide. So it's great to give back, and that's.
I'm liking you a lot more because I'm retired from the Navy as well. So
all right.
23 years, and in that grind, talking about the knowledge and understanding that we get, that carry on with us as we blossom into our civilian lives, whatever we choose to do. But most importantly, it's being able to get back to our communities, our youth and young adults, and Dr. Allen, you're doing it, especially if you're a part of Dr. Dureke team. I mean, she bring on only the best. And because everybody had to have a heart and think like her in order to be on the team. So, and you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, absolutely. She's doing a great job. The program is outstanding. I just love the idea of starting young, because that's where we need to get our communities up there, in the elementary schools and middle schools. Sometimes it's a little too late, but we show them the opportunities then and transfer these skill sets. We get them. Then we're going to have a great country. I mean, we need, that's going to make our country stronger. And she's a big part of it. So I think what she's doing, this could transfer, around the country.
Well, I think she got a blueprint.
For
a lot of things that need to be happening. I mean, everybody talk about STEM. That's all of that. Those things are great. We need to put more of these things to work, so
especially in our communities.
Absolutely. So, hey, thanks so much, Doc. I want to bring on Mrs. Adams. How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well, Dr. Cooley and Dr. Dureke. Thank you so much for having me today.
Well, I mean, it's absolute pleasure having all of you guys on the show. Hey, can you tell our viewers and our listeners a little bit about you, how you fit in with WETATi, and just what makes you click? What keeps you going every day?
All right. So, yes, just like Alan, I met Dr. Dureke at the PMI Day of Service in February. I'm a project management professional, and I'll talk a little bit more about my background, but I will say that Dr. Dureke's passion and her commitment, first of all, I was so excited to be partnered with WETATi. And as soon as we spoke, we clicked. Okay. Yeah. The Spirit bears witness to the Spirit. The Spirit of God is all over this woman, her heart for young people, her desire just to see youth empowered, and just to get them on the right path. We clicked immediately. I think within an hour of knowing her, she asked me about being on her board. And as I have said, my answer is yes, because I am just excited to partner with anyone who is committed to just seeing our youth. And I know we say they're leaders of tomorrow. I believe they're leaders of today. If we would just start speaking life into them and expose them to all that God has for them, then we would see a difference in our community. You talk about my background, so let me just talk about the youth part. I've been in youth ministry over 35 years. I was a youth who was identified as a leader, and I was teaching my peers when I was just a child. And I have continued to serve in that capacity as a youth leader in the community, but I'm also an educator. So I'm an adjunct business professor here in Southern Maryland, at the College of Southern Maryland. And I get to teach early college students. So these are 15 and 16-year-olds who will get an associate's degree a week or two before they walk across the high school stage and get their high school diploma. And even though, yes, I'm well educated, I love what I do full time. I support the Army. I'm an enterprise architect. I do project management. But what I will say is I teach my students that I want you to think bigger than this degree. I want you to think bigger than College of Southern Maryland and wherever you want to transfer to for your bachelor's and your doctorate. I had parents, as I shared, it really does take a village. And although my father was a Wall Street accountant and my mother was a chemist, they loved to work with their hands and they were very creative and they had us at the hip. And so my father had his own accounting business. He loved to cook. He had a catering business. My mother worked effortlessly in the community, not just in the church, but in the community. And even at the age of 83, she was running a business here in my home through our partnership, our farm that my sisters and we decided to honor the legacy. You talk about generational wealth. We wanted to honor just the legacy and the shoulders that we stand on. So during the pandemic, we bought 82 acres of farmland in Southern Maryland, 3 Black women. But let me tell you what's so special about that. Not only did we have our 83-and-a-half-year-old mother at the table with us, we had our children with us. I have a niece, 12 years old, a nephew, 11 years old, a nephew, 7 years old, a nephew, 5 years old. Those children were at the closing table with us when we closed on those properties. They are a part of this business. They have helped us on the farmland, right? And so that exposure is so important. And so even in the classroom, this is how I speak. Yes, you're going to get what's in this digital textbook, but the reason the adjunct workforce is so important to community colleges is because we're bringing everyday life skills and life application. Anyone can learn the hard skills, but it's the soft skills that we really need to help develop in our young people, right? You can learn how to be an engineer, but do you know how to show up on time? Do you know how to articulate well? My father taught me, your name is Inga St. Tuesday Adams for a reason. When you walk into the room, you walk with your hand held high, you look people straight in the face, and you don't sit at a table with everyone who looks like you. It has opened doors. I'm telling you, it has opened so many doors, and I'm grateful for the lessons from my parents. I stand on great shoulders, my sisters and my desire, what makes me tick is, and just get excited, is to share that, to expose, to speak life into the children and youth I serve, even my colleagues. You know, I'm not the highest ranking person in my position, but I'm a person of great influence, you know? And so I think that is so important that we teach our young people that.
You got me excited already. I mean, I'm just hearing your voice, the way that you are conveying that is exciting, because you can tell that you say what you mean and you mean what you say.
Absolutely.
And empowering our youth and young adults to believe in themselves.
Yes.
And to hold your head up high and to bring our youth and young adults to the table, business table, when you're closing the deal.
Yes.
They would never, ever forget that.
Absolutely. And in my classroom, in my business communication class, especially with my early college students, I showed them pictures of they didn't know what a closing was. Mm-hmm. I bought my first home at the age of 23. Wow. They didn't know what a closing was. So I'm showing them evidence. I'm showing them, you know, the pictures of these children at the table. And one thing I also tell them, in this age of technology, there are young people that are changing the trajectory of their entire family with an idea.
That's right.
Right? With an idea. So I created extra assignments in my classes where students have to write about what they're passionate about and then pitch it. How about that?
Wow.
So then to hear Dr. Dureke, I'm like, OMG. So when I say we just clicked, and that's just nobody but God. And
hold that thought. We got to take a station break. But we're going to come back. When we come back, we're going to talk to Anthony, and then we're going to bring the whole panel on. And well, you know what? It's a village right here, right now. And it takes all of us. So tell you, with your platform you're watching this on, you want to be part of the conversation? All right, let's go to the comments. Ask any question that you might. I promise you, we'll get you an answer. I want everybody to smile. Smile, because that's what it takes. Hold your head up, smile. See you shortly after the break.
I've seen a smile convey I love you. I'm proud of who you are. one that keeps us close when we're apart. Talking from the darkness of all that we've been through. It seems that there might be a way to leave behind the loneliness we've known and live again a life of unity.
Hello, I'm Dr. James J.C. Cooley from the United States of America, and I am here to just say, first of all, I'm so happy and honored to be honored to be in the Coffee Book 2023, Unified Brain Z and the other organizations. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to be a part of this collection. Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and just hearing the testimony of all of these great folks, and understanding that, you know, some of the needs in our community is being met because of Dr. Dureke and her team, and it's so important. And just like Dr. Allen mentioned, this could be a blueprint for all of the United States, especially in our communities, because we're lacking so much in our communities. And sometimes I think that the world has forgotten about our communities, but having a great team, great folks that are dedicated to the improvement and the betterment of our youth and young adults, give me hope. Kind of give me hope. One thing I haven't done yet, I wanted to show this video. I'm gonna show it right now, and this is what the camera is doing. If it comes, it doesn't seem Wow. What a powerful video. What a powerful video. You know, I tell you. Anthony, you up next.
Hi,
Can
it's
you
a pleasure to be here.
Can you tell our viewers and listeners a little bit about you? I think you was part of this academy at one time. So,
Yeah.
so
So,
that's why I saved you for last.
The best, right?
Can you tell our viewers and listeners a little bit about your experience and how it has helped you out where you at today?
so I'm actually passionate about everything health and fitness, but more importantly, equitable health and fitness. And during my sophomore year at Prince George's Community College, I'm part of the Southern Management Leadership Program, and I was connected to WETATi Academy. And I remember I had this idea for a physical therapy clinic to provide equitable access to patients that were unable to afford it. And when Dr. Dureke was talking to us, I wanted to tell them about this idea, and I did, but I did so hesitatingly. And what I really want to say is that WETATi Academy is a confidence builder, because I remember I was very hesitant to share my idea, and Joanna kept sending me emails like, "Oh, hey, are you gonna send us this idea? Are you gonna send us your PowerPoint slides?" And after so many emails, I was like, "Okay, I'll do it." And I wouldn't have expected to have had the opportunity to not just pitch my idea, but also win. And I'm really appreciative of Dr. Dureke and her mentorship. And I think mentorship is really important, especially coming from a family where they didn't go to college, and not having that guidance can be very difficult to manage. And so I'm just very grateful for Dr. Dureke for providing that mentorship.
Wow. So the mentorship, what is the most important thing that you receive from attending that and working with Joanna and Dr. Dureke team?
So I think the WETATi Academy's passion is something that really helped to encourage me, because when WETATi Academy is so very passionate about their vision, they know who they are, they know what they want to achieve, and when you have that kind of mindset, it's very contagious. And so it's inspiring me. It inspired me to pursue my idea and to be able to have the confidence to share it with other people, and not have that dreading sense of imposter syndrome, but instead being like, I am worth it and I deserve a seat at the table.
Well, you certainly deserve a seat at the table, and so proud of you, young man.
Thank you.
Proud of the things that you're doing. And we're down to the last couple minutes of the show.
Oh my God, Anthony, you're gonna make me cry. When I met this young man, he couldn't look up, he couldn't speak. Oh God, I just want to thank you. And I listen to you speak. It's like, is it the same guy? I'm just so proud of you. So like I said, I just know that my work is not in vain. You just made me proud. Sorry.
And Doc, closing words, because we got about a minute and a half in the show.
Jonah can close. I'm good. I don't care. Anthony, you have no idea. And he's been working with us. You've grown. It's amazing. You give me hope to keep going, even the challenge is so hard. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you're here. Jonah, go ahead and do the closing. I don't have anything to say. I'm just thankful to God.
Hey, Joanna, are you on mute? You're on mute.
Yeah, sorry about that. I got teary-eyed too, because I knew about those emails and trying to get him, and he's gone so far. So proud of you, Anthony. He graduated too, so I'm like, yay.
But he still works with us.
Yes.
He's still doing volunteering work. Anthony, you have no idea. I remember at PG College when I met you, you couldn't even look up, you couldn't even speak. And look at working with us for a few years, look at who you've become. You just gave me hope that our work is not in vain. Because a lot of people look away like you guys can be helped. While some people even tell me, why are you wasting your time? Those kids are not going to be anybody. You just gave us hope to keep going. And
that's what it's all about. And Dr. Dureke, I am so happy that you chose this panel to be here today. I am excited, delighted, everything. And one of the products of your program, Anthony, oh, wow. Just in 2 minutes, he got me believing that we can help the whole world if everybody come together as a team. So I want to thank you, Dr. Dureke, you and your team, each one of these great, great people, for taking the time to come on the James Cooley Show. It's your life. Now, we're not going to stop right here because we're going to figure it out and get you guys back on again, where you guys get an opportunity to express your stories and in detail on what you all are doing. So I want to thank you, my sister, for bringing this great team on. I'd like to thank Dr. Michelle Cooley for putting together another absolutely fantastic show. I'd like to thank our viewers and listeners for tuning into the James Cooley Show. It's your life, Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is 3 p.m. you guys' time. And now we syndicated. I mean, we closing remark always dream big, think big, and be big at everything you do. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. It's your life. We'll see you then.